Good morning, everyone. Welcome to NAS Daily News. I am Bana from grade 7. Let's check out the headlines for today. COVID-19 late-night prayers are allowed in the UAE. NAS to host Cultural Week after Eid holidays. Science fair for middle school took place last week. Stunning waterfalls in the UAE as heavy rains hit the country. Let's get to the news. COVID-19 late-night prayers are allowed in the UAE. During the last 10 days of Ramadan, special late-night prayers are held. Worshippers have been asked to strictly adhere to all the COVID-19 measures. The prayers will be held between 12 a.m. to 12:30 across the UAE. Earlier, UAE's authorities also advised people to share Ramadan greetings virtually and avoid big gatherings. NAS to hold Cultural Week after Eid holidays. New Academy School will be hosting Cultural Week after Ramadan. The students will be presenting different cultures, especially Emirati, Islamic, Arabic, and other cultures across the globe. Science fair for middle school took place last week. The middle school students of Group A and B participated in the science fair that conducted on the 28th of April. Students showed their innovative and creative side in the exhibition. The science fair held in the auditorium following all COVID-19 safety measures. Stunning waterfalls in the UAE as heavy rains hit the country. The National Center of Meteorology (NCM) has tweeted videos of showing the waterfall flowing over the mountains of Tawiyin, Masafi, and Wadi Al Fay in Fujairah. Heavy rains with hail have been reported several parts in the UAE. That's it for news today. Hoping you all will have a great day. Stay safe, stay blessed.
Today we're going to be talking about the misconceptions of Ramadan and fasting. As we all know, fasting is the fourth pillar of Islam, and as Muslims we're all supposed to fast this month each year. So first of all, let's take a look at some of the misconceptions that people have about Ramadan. Firstly, is Ramadan really about abstaining from food and drinks only? This is a common misconception that people have, which is in fact wrong. The purpose of Ramadan is to attain taqwa. It is a month in which we should all increase in our ibadah and get closer to Allah. Next misconception is that everyone has to fast. Although it is a pillar of Islam, Allah has given us certain scenarios in which we can skip fasting and later make up for it. An example of the people who can skip fasting are a pregnant woman, an insane person, and a traveling person. They can simply make up for their fast within the next year. Whereas people who are old or have an incurable disease, they do not need to fast the month of Ramadan. Instead, they have to give a meal to a poor person for every day that they do not fast. Third misconception is that Ramadan starts on the same date each year. The Islamic calendar is lunar, and which means that the month begins with the new moon. And since the lunar months are shorter than the solar, Ramadan starts around 10 days earlier each year. If someone is unfamiliar with Ramadan, they might believe that the no eating applies to 30 days straight, whereas the right timing starts from sunrise and ends at sunset, where after that we are free to eat until the sun rises again. And one final misconception about Ramadan is that fasting is injurious to our health. It is easy to think that way, but the truth is that many benefits come along with fasting. These include improving blood fat levels, cleaning your system, and reducing the risk of heart attacks. And these days, scientists have found many more benefits to fasting, and so people engage in intermittent fasting for weight loss and a better diet.
Now we're going to move forward to some misconceptions of fasting. Some people believe that your fast won't be valid if you forgot to say your intention the night before. Well, that's just one of the misconceptions. Your fast will still be valid. It's not necessary to recite the whole intention formally. As long as you have the intention to fast the next day, your fast will still be valid. Some also believe that we can pay back the fast that we missed from 2 or more years back. But in reality, if you have missed fast from 2 or 3 or even 5 years back, you can and must repay the missed fast. But at the same time, you should also pay fidya, with the amount depending on the number of days you have missed. Can injections cause our fast to be nullified? Well, no. Some injections that are used for medical purposes do not invalidate the fast, but some injections, like used for nutritional purposes, do invalidate your fast. Does eating by mistake invalidate the fast? No. If you completely and genuinely forgot that you were fasting and you eat something by mistake, your fast is still considered valid, but as long as you stop as soon as you realize.